Let's see here. If you hear frustration in my voice, I apologize in advance. My computer decided to have the slowest moment, and I was trying to get this up and done and out of here. So this just cut into the time. So this is going to be an even shorter reading, because I was trying to have this out the way because I had something else to do. So sorry in advance if you hear any frustration. It's not about this reading. It's not about you. It's the computer because it decided to just act crazy. But outside of that, hope you have been having a wonderful day. Thank you all for coming in. Today, I'm going to be doing a reading on Burkina Faso. And please excuse me if I butchered this man's name. Ibrahim Traore. I think it's Traore. If not, somebody do like a sound out down in the comments. But I am doing a reading on this because I've been hearing a lot of stuff come up about him on my news feeds at least, and that I don't know if it was said at the UN. Somebody from the US brought him up and was saying like, oh, he basically trying to compare him to like a wartime general, or like a warlord, and somebody here from America. And I've been seeing a lot of news about him, and some people kind of like peeking out their blinds to congratulate him. And I hear some other African countries have also backed him up. And a lot of people don't like the fear mongering and the kind of like target that America is trying to put on Burkina Faso's back, and more importantly, I would say probably Traore's back, because of his policy of just like getting the influence of the West out of his country, because it hasn't benefited them for years. And so I want to see what's going to be coming up for the future of Burkina Faso and Ibrahim Traore, because you know, if you read one of my, not if you read, but if you've seen one of my past readings, my world readings, I think it was the first one I ever did, I mentioned that there was something I was seeing of like a rebellion, a reclamation, a new call to power, a warrior spirit rising out of the African continent. And I didn't know what country or where exactly. I think I gave some hints to possible places it could have been. Burkina Faso was not on that bingo card, because I didn't even know anything about this country until, well, Ibrahim Traore. So yes, I want to do a reading on this today, and we're going to get through this. Again, this is probably going to be a short one, so my apologies for not giving it the time it needs, but my computer was acting slow. So with all of that being said, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to all, so you can see the next time I upload. I plan to have one more video up for this week, but we shall see if my computer doesn't have any more issues. So with that, let's see what's coming up for the future of Ibrahim Traore. As I shuffle, please note that all statements made are alleged for entertainment purposes only. Do not take what I am saying as the end-all be-all. Trust your powers of discernment as I go through this reading. If it rings true, it rings true. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I am merely a spiritual translator, so some things I will mistranslate or get wrong, and I'm okay with that. And if you're okay with that, continue watching this reading and see what we get here. I'm not going to count those, so you kind of spilled out at the bottom. Ooh, that was a lot. Let's mix this up in here. That was a lot. All right, and this was the other card that wanted to come out here. All right, so we have the Empress. Interesting. I would have expected the Emperor, but we have the Empress. Okay, so I'm spitballing here because I don't know anything about Burkina Faso or Ibrahim Traore, so I'm shooting in the dark here. But I wonder, is there some kind of motherly, matronly woman that's kind of like behind the scenes helping him, or someone he probably needs to go to kind of have that equally yoked, that equal balance to his rulership, because he does seem to kind of, at least from the propaganda that we're getting here in the West, it does seem like a lot of it is he seems very fiery, driven, powerful, you know, kind of like that warrior like spirit that I mentioned in my previous world reading. Like, you know, he seems very much like, you know, I'll knock everything over and let them fall where they may. Like, I don't care. Like, he kind of comes off like that from what I've gathered in a lot of the media I've seen of him, but I don't know if that's really true. So I wonder if there's something there was kind of like they will begin to find like their equal balance or rulership. I do think they are going to go through some financial strain, or there may be a bit of a economic slowdown, or I'm picturing the accordion. Is that what that is? The one where you press it and pull it apart? Like I'm some kind of like financial stress or push and pull that's going to kind of come up here. I do figure like there's going to be something there about that, but that could be a good thing because they are, from what I've gathered in the media, there seems to be some kind of like changeover in how they want to handle their country's like GDP or wealth, or what it's based on, and how they make money. Base their economy on their dollar, their monetary wages or whatnot on. And then we have the tower here coming up in reverse. So to me, this seems like he is delaying a bad ending here that could be coming up, or there's a thing here of, because with the tower being in reverse, it kind of makes me feel like it's either a delay in the destruction of Burkina Faso, or the collapse of Burkina Faso, or there's something here along the lines of there is a success that's potentially on the horizon for Burkina Faso under Ibrahim Traore. Now, it's interesting that the Emperor is one of the underlying cards here, with the Empress being the first one here. So that's pretty interesting. And then we also have the Queen of Cups. See, what is something about, is something about a feminine figure. I don't know if it's going to be a feminine figure coming in, or if it's one that finally left out. I'm not sure what that could be dealing with, or is it a lot of women in Burkina Faso, or again, is there like a powerful female allyship he needs to consider, or is there I kind of want to say like a female or a dominant female ruling class that's in Burkina Faso that he needs to kind of be in lockstep with, or something. It's something along those lines. And then we also have the sun here. So something to me makes me feel like there's going to be some success here. There's some, a bit of good luck on the horizon for them all. But it is going to take some work. It is going to take some dismantling to rebuild here. Let's put these back under here. Let's see if I get some more information. Ooh. What is this? So I know if it comes out again. Acquisition. Okay, I'm going to count all of these cards too. See? So with the romance here. Then we have secrets, enterprise, revenge, and then convention. So I want to hedge my bets here and say romance doesn't actually have to deal with like romantic as in like, you know, a man and a woman, just because we have the emperor empress here, even though there could be something maybe he is looking to, because remember we did get the acquisition cards earlier. There may be a certain thing here where he's probably trying to expand, or what they call it, put a stamp on his rulership, or prolong it a little longer by fine wine and dining maybe, or again it could be some female or something, some powerful female that can help lead. There could be also a thing here maybe with the romance. I get something about like trying to not romanticize, but maybe to make like a sweetheart deal with someone for some kind of like acquisition or closure for something, sweeten the deal. But again, we have secrets here. So what's going on? Does he have a secret love interest maybe? Again, I don't know. Maybe somebody can tell us. We do have Enterprise here, and it's coming up in reverse. So again, the Enterprise with Page of Coins, some kind of struggle here on finances or a change of hands. Something switching with trade. Who are you getting? What I'm getting is like, who are you getting into bed with? Who are you trying to chart your course with? First house, Aries. It said Jupiter. Yeah, who are you communicating with? What are you trying? Who are you secretly getting into bed with? And then we also have revenge. So it is coming up in reverse. So for me, what I'm getting is that I think some of his moves are probably going to be surprising to people, because he's probably going to collaborate with or be in partnership or make some kind of alliance with someone or a country that people least expect. Like it's not conventional. It's not normal. It's outside the box. That's funny. I was thinking that and I forgot we had convention here. Like, I'm trying to think outside the box. I'm trying to do something outside of what they would think. I don't want them to kind of like know my moves. I want them to try to call my bluff if you want to. Let's see. Any additional insights here? Believed to help improve thinking and memory, but we have the 8 of diamonds. So the 8 coins here. Yeah, there's some kind of delayed gratification. It's kind of like what I'm getting. There's some delay of gratification. And then we have the 9 of spades here, of clubs, sorry. Yeah, delayed gratification. We're going to have to, things are going to get tough for a minute before they get better. We also have the Ace of Clubs. I think he's trying to keep a lot of his movements very... why did I want to say secular? Secret. Or maybe he is telling people, hey, this is my plan. No, but he's telling somebody else, no, really, this is my plan. And then he'll tell someone else, but this is really my plan. And then we have the 6 of spades. These fell out at the end. I'm not going to count these. I'm going to reshuffle them and see what's supposed to come out. We have the 4. Sorry. I'm looking at the next card. We had the 6 of spades. I keep getting ready to say 4 because we had the 4 of clubs. If you don't know anything about tarot, that's usually the wands that's dealing with home. The six of spades is usually the, you know, translating to the six of knives, and that's usually something where you're kind of like, should I be, I want to say this, like moving on from trouble into calming waters. And then you have the Jack of Diamonds, which is essentially like the prince, or the, what do they usually call it in tarot? The page of diamonds. So somebody who is still becoming informative, they're still learning how to throw their richest stuff around, what they can actually do with it. And then we also have the Goji, which is the Five of Hearts. Let's see what's actually supposed to come out here. And the Five of Cups is kind of like crying over spilled milk. That's what I like to call it. It can be the grief card, but oftentimes it's like you're grieving about something when you still have other things that you should be paying attention to that you can celebrate. But the card that actually comes out is the Six of Diamonds, or the Six of Coins. So reciprocity here, some give and take, some scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Also can speak to negotiations, deals, what they call it, yeah, negotiations, treaties, trade. It could speak to things like that. I feel like when it comes to countries or something, at least in the sense of Burkina Faso, I feel like that's more so what it's pertaining to. The underlying energies here, we have the Nine of Cups, which is essentially kind of like wish fulfillment, but maybe there is some kind of wish or deal that's not going to quite work out because that is coming up reverse. We do have the Three of Coins. So again, there is a third party that's going to be coming into this. So I do think a lot of this, which just surprised me, is falling really heavily on trade, agreements, treaties, negotiations, maybe like redrawing boundaries, partnerships, that kind of thing. And then we also have the Seven of Cups, aka the Seven of Hearts. And should remember what the Seven of Hearts is, because the Seven of Cups, sorry, because I need to picture it in my mind's eye and I'm coming up blank. Oh, Seven of Cups is usually the options cards. There's so many. To me, the Seven of Cups is usually like the options. Which way do you want to go? Are you going to go the dream route? Are you going to pick are you going to follow your heart? Are you going to follow your brain? Are you going to follow your wishes? Are you going to listen to your parents? Are you going to do the practical thing? Like it's like all of those different options and choices. What do you want to do? Pick one and move forward. What is your real true heart's desires here? And that's coming up in reverse. And I think that is understandable in this situation. If you have a country who has been, think about people, when you have been, the best way I can explain is like, you know, when you first turn 18 and your parents give you the option of like, okay, you're an adult. What you want to do? You want to go to college? You're going to the army? Are you getting into the workforce? Do you want to be a bum? What do you want to do? Here's your moment. This is your time to show and prove. You know, if we gave you the right tools and set you up for greatness for the future, and make your choice. Now that you're on freedom, it's kind of like, well, which way do you want to go? And I can understand why this will come up in reverse, because you quite don't know yet. You haven't made up your mind. You probably never even thought of what freedom or what this kind of change could be, because for the longest time you didn't think it was going to happen. So I think that's understandable with a country or a ruler kind of emerging out of, I want to say it's conquerors, or it's ruler's shadow a little bit, and finding itself. So yeah, that's the short and sweet of it. I told you I had to make this really short. I want to get into this a bit more, but not knowing if this video would even do well, I'm okay with this being short and saying that I did a reading on it if anybody ever cared to look at it. So with all of that being said, let me know your thoughts down below. Let me know what you think, if it's something here that I said that kind of resonates with you or that you can expand upon, because again, I am not educated in the history and the context and things like that of what's going on in Burkina Faso and what is happening and what has happened. So if there's someone who could spread a bit more understanding and context in the comment section, you're more than welcome, and I greatly appreciate you. With that, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell, selecting it to all, and I will see you all in the next reading. Have a great day or night, and thank you for watching. Bye.